Getting back to politics now, possible new concerns for President.
Well, coming up, researchers are getting help determining a certain.
We took the pledge.
Don't text and drive. Take the pledge on rochesterhomepage.net. Brought to you by the 8 Vision Auto Group dealerships.
News 8, brought to you by Doan Fiat and the Mall at Grease Ridge.
I spent a fortune on my old dentures.
Racetrack casinos mean for New York?
News 8 at noon in high definition continues.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Joining us this afternoon, we have Dave Meyer here and Jeff Miller. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you, Katrina.
Sure. Now, we are talking about 1776. Now, for those who don't know, tell me a little bit about what this show's about.
1776 is a musical telling of the drafting of the Declaration of Independence.
Okay,
So it was a Broadway musical from the late 60s, written by Sherman Edwards and Peter Stone, and it basically chronicles the 9 weeks that it took to, in the summer of 1776, to create the Declaration with all the blood, sweat, and tears, and the glory, and the arguing, and it's set to musical numbers and dance numbers, and it's a nice family sort of telling of the story.
Fantastic. And you play John Adams in this?
I'm John Adams.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the community group. This is Roberts Wesleyan College Community Theater putting this on, right?
Yes. We've been around for about 15 years, and we usually try to do 1 musical a year, although this year we've done 2. 1776 is the second one that we've done in 2012. We have a board that oversees the group, and it's connected with Roberts Wesleyan College as well. And it's a community venture, so we get a lot of the same people back. We get families that come in with their, fathers and mothers with their children that act with us, and it's just a really good group to work with.
And you even said you've got some of your family members involved too,
yes,
right?
my daughter and my son are going to be in it too.
Fantastic. Now you were mentioning that this is a family affair. People can bring kids to this. There's nothing in there.
This is a musical for the whole family.
Okay, fantastic.
It's very much in the vein of, like, say, Music Man, and that era of golden age musicals. It has that feel to it. So, and there's a lot of it's written for a large audience. It's written because a lot of people don't really know the story behind, much less are aware that there's a musical about the Congress. And so it's very accessible in its approach to telling the story of how we arrived at July 4th, more or less.
So it kind of a history lesson brought to life, and maybe make it a little more interesting for the kids than a book. Right?
What's interesting to me is that, when you go to Washington, D.C., you see the statues of the men and all that, but this really brings to life, it makes them human. It puts a face to them, it puts humanity on them, and there's arguments and all that. So I would say it's probably a musical. It might be rated PG, if we want to say that, because as they get in arguments, they banter back and forth. So it's but it's good to see that that they were human beings and had to wrestle with all these different things.
Great. Well, we've got the information up on the screen right now. This is happening September 21st through the 23rd out of Roberts Wesleyan College. Tickets, $10 to $15 is the range. We've got the number up there. We'll also put a link to more information on our website as well. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. Well, coming up next, people living in rural areas may